whom should I show my poem to first? Well, I think I should always start with Monika since she's the president and all. Then we'll go for Sayori, then Natsuki, then of course the girl I went for, Yuri. Hi again, Midas. I'm trusting that the club's been doing you well. Same answer as yesterday. It's nice to hear. So how's the writing going? Sorry. Alright, I guess. Just alright. No, I guess I should say that it's revolutionized my world and brought color into my previously lifeless life. Well, I say that, but the club, if not the poetry, really has made my days more interesting. Okay. Can it with the sarcasm, mister? At least you're not hating it though, right? Nah, it's been an interesting experience at least. Gives me a new hobby to do. I'm happy that you're applying yourself at least. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Well, I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monika. Alright, I can see that you put some good effort there. Your poem reminds me of Yuri's writing actually. You're trying to tackle more sophisticated themes, right? As well as use more complex literary devices. Yeah, I thought I'd try out something different after seeing how diverse everyone's poems were. Plus, it's something that you encouraged, so... Well, I'm glad that you were paying attention, Midas. If only you paid as much attention in class. Ouch! Coming from a school idol? Ouch. Huh? You're not even in my class. Not this year, but last year I was, remember? I should probably think of a way to change the subject fast. Anyway, about Yuri's writing style. What do you think about it? Given that I wrote in a similar style, I'd like to know your opinions on it in general. Well, I guess I'd say that her poems are the most romantic. But hold on, Midas, have you not seen her poem yet? No, I haven't. Why? Well, I think that the argument yesterday really got to her, to be honest. Wait, does the order of which girl sees my poem differ? Will it differ what the story will be? What? I hope not. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it did kind of blow up. So I really believe that Yuri's trying to reform herself by experimenting more and give Natsuki's writing style a try. That's kind of unexpected. How is she changing up her poems? Well, it seems like Yuri's paying more attention to rhyme and meter now. I didn't think I really had to tell you this, but before she was really into free verse and less conventional devices. But now she's really going back to poetry's traditional roots. I wonder what Natsuki thinks about this. Have you seen Natsuki's poem today yet either? Wait, I hope not. I really hope not that the order of which girl sees the poem, well, it's not. I'm pretty sure it won't affect, but I'm probably overthinking things. Sorry, guys. No. Why? Why don't you ask to see her poem yourself? I didn't think that Natsuki knows that Yuri's changing herself yet. Huh. I see. Honestly, I'm worried that Natsuki is going to do something that she'll regret one day that she can't take back. That sounds really ominous. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring the mood down. It's just that the president's job is to worry about the well-being of the club members, you know? Yeah, I get that. It's pretty responsible of you. It's all part of the job. Anyway, back to Yuri's poetry. Although the literary devices that she incorporates are different, her overall themes and tone seem to still be similar. Her previous work actually reminded me a lot of the poet C.K. Williams' poems. That's something to Google on later. Although she departed from writing in a similar style, the depths of her themes aren't dissimilar. In Williams' later work, he wrote introspective poems that were very descriptive, that sound very similar. Anyway, he's a pretty distinguished poet, so your takeaway message could be that this sort of style is pretty well liked. Well, you have to be a good writer too, of course. Alright, thanks for the lesson today, Miss Monika. I guess I do sound a bit like a lecturer sometimes, which honestly is how I saw Monika in the original game. If this style is popular, I guess I can start getting ready for fame and fortune. Monika rolls her eyes, although she can't suppress a smile from breaking through. But in the meantime, you want to show me your poem now? I think it's about time we let your poem shine. Sure thing, Midas. I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Pressurized. I float there, in vast, hollow emptiness, large but small, grandiose. Is that the right pronunciation? I'm sorry. And overwhelming, yet a dust mote. Drifting, meandering, carried along an endless void. But then I realize, my mouth open, bloodshot my mouth opens, gasping for a breath in this crushing, suppressing, restraining, boundless, everlasting, suffocating of vacuum of torment, atmosphere, Pascal, Tor, screaming with no mouth, stretching, restraining, unrelenting, clawing with no nails, disintegrating in a suffocating poem of absence. Again, just like her last poem, I guess this is her interpretation of how Monika feels, bound within a game. Pretty poetic, even though her style, like at least this poem, isn't one of my favorites. So, yeah. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Really? Freedom too, if that's what you call it? I guess it's the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. The other girls don't do this stuff nearly as much as you do, at least. Yeah, you can see that they're a bit more traditional when it comes to their structure, but I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to write your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes me feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. It fragments everything and leaves the dissonant tone with the reader. I see. I guess that there's a lot of things you can do with poetry. Definitely. Poetry is very much an art form. You're meant to craft poems using never-before-seen combinations of words to interpret the world around you. You really love poetry, huh? Maybe you should write a poem about poetry someday. Nice joke, MC. That's not a bad idea. Anyway, it's still hard for me to tell what your poem's about. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract and as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid that it's not that good? Now, we've all had to experience that at this point with the poetry discussions and all, but it can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you've put so much into. If you find other people who enjoy writing though, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you what your writing is good, or okay, or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it, and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. Yeah, it definitely is helpful getting criticism and feedback rather than just empty words. I guess I really hit the mother lode with the literature club. That's my advice for today. Thank you for listening. Let's go for Natsuki and let's see how disgusted is she gonna be. Already her sprite says it all. You know, I actually like yesterday's poem better. Really? Yeah, I can tell you were experimenting with this one. But it kind of fell flat. Honestly, it was too complicated and cryptic. Your other poem was more simple and straight to the point, but this one didn't really feel like it had any direction. It sounds like something Yuri would write, to be honest. But at your skill level, I think simpler poems work better. Yeah, I can see the reasoning behind that. I'll try to keep it simple. Good. Glad to know who listen to for advice. Or glad you know who to listen for advice. Anyway, here's my poem. Ooh, it is quite long. It's longer than the last time at least. I don't get it. I don't get why people will hate on good rhymes. They act like it's dumb and a waste of their time. I don't diss their free verse or deep subject types, but narc all you want. Just keep in your gripes. Oh sure, you can tell me if you have a problem. Just keep it constructive and it'll be awesome. I'd like you to know that our readers will differ. There is no best style. You smug old glue sniffer. Ouch! Yikes, Natsuki! That's pretty harsh from you. My poems may be simple and often straightforward, but charm can be found in such whimsy and order. Not all poems can be as complex as you like. If you think otherwise, you can go take a hike. What's with this harsh language, Natsuki? What about kids, or the elderly too? Some read for fun, I guess unlike you. Let us just go and enjoy what is written. You won't like it at all. That much is a given. But give things a chance, you might find something nice. Just open your mind, and that will suffice. I don't think I really need to interpret this poem. It's pretty much just I hate Yuri, and bam, I can write big words to Yuri. At least that's how I see it. So what do you think? I mean, it's at least well written. I'm not sure how I should confront Natsuki about this, but to say that she still holds a grudge from yesterday would be an understatement. God forbid Yuri see this poem. Well, that's a given. But yeah, you could say that I was inspired. Inspired or motivated to show Yuri that you're really angry. It felt really good to pound out these lines. I'm getting uncomfortable, Natsuki. Poetry is an amazing emotional outlet, you know. Natsuki, I don't like where this is going. Anyway, I can't wait to show Yuri this poem. Oh no. Wait, hold on. What? Natsuki, do you really think that showing her this poem is a good idea? You're really going at her throat with this. Don't you think that you should work out your issues with her? Yeah, well, she never tries to see things my way, so why would I? Or why should I? I think that's the wrong way to go about this. Relationships are a two-way street. Both people have to work to make things right. Why don't you try being the bigger person and just talk to her first? But I already know that she's not going to try. She's just always so preoccupied with looking complicated and smart. It's clear to me that she doesn't care if anyone can understand her, including me. You can't understand her if you don't even try. She might speak using a more complex vocabulary, and she might have mannerisms that seem strange to you. But from what I've seen from the both of you, she's more similar to you than you might think. I'm glad that MC is acting as peacekeeper in this club. Aren't you judging a book by its cover right now? Bam! That's good, MC. Nice one. You really got her with that one. Well, whatever. You can't hold this grudge forever, you know. At least think of Monika and Sayori. Fine, I won't show Yuri my poem. Are you happy? I won't be happy until you try to talk to her. She's not going to bite, Natsuki. Probably stab you, but not bite. Alright, I get it. I'll try to talk to her sometime. Thanks. You're gonna do the club proud. Shut it. But you know, I'm glad that we share a similar writing style at least. It's cool to talk to someone who gets me. I've been enjoying sharing time with you. So consider yourself lucky. Alright, I will. I'll be looking forward to tomorrow. Same here. Let's go with childhood friend next. Ooh, I really like this one, Midas. Better than yesterday's, huh? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. That's not very helpful, you know. Sorry. I'm probably not the best person to get feedback from. Monika once told me it's impossible to really rate a poem because they're so subjective. Well, just like with Natsuki and kyoryii, writing styles and the message itself can be very subjective, I guess. So I just judge poems through my heart. I guess I look for how a poem makes me feel. I hope that helps. Sort of. I guess some feedback is better than no feedback, right? Right. Speaking of feedback, do you want to read my poem now? Sure. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like a lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, in bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends, each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, I'm done. I open up, and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts. Happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading something, but all I hear is echo, 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 inside my head. How do I interpret this? I guess this is pretty much about her memories being shattered by her friends. Or rather, her mental well-being being shattered by her friends, because, well, if I'm gonna interpret this poem, I guess my best bet is that she views herself as some sort of in the way between her friends. So, I'm not really sure on that one. Wow, Sayori. I didn't expect this at all. Did you really write this? Of course I did. Remember I said I'd write the best poem ever yesterday? Well, here it is. After all, Monika's taught me a lot, and I've really been in touch with my feelings recently. So what's this poem about? I suppose that much was obvious. Unlike Yuri or Monika's poems, Sayori's are relatively simple to figure out. So if I interpreted this correctly, you're basically doing everything you can to keep your friends happy. Yay, you got it! Oh yeah, she tries to be happy because she can't be happy herself. How did I not see that? I'm probably overthinking. I really enjoyed writing this one. Just getting your thoughts out onto paper and turning them into a poem. It's like magic. Well, I think it's amazing. should really be proud of it. Thank you, Midas. It means a lot. I didn't think it was that good though. Nah, it's great, seriously. I can't help but notice that the latter half of the poem isn't quite cheery. In fact, it's somewhat alarming, a very dark contrast from the cheeriness I'm used to with Sayori. Although, maybe I'm looking this into a little much, but the end of the poem is pretty dark. And you said that you've been in touch with your feelings recently, so I'm just checking. Is everything okay? Of course, silly. It's not. This is Sayori. I forgot to tell you. I really like writing about bittersweet stuff. Stuff that isn't just happy or sad. A mixture of the two. And this poem shows what I mean. It's just my writing style. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Well, either way, I'm glad you're enjoying writing so much. I hope you keep it up. Good to have a hobby. Of course, and hopefully you'll also stick with it. So I look forward to seeing all the poems you write in the future. Well, no guarantees there, but just from seeing the passion in Sayori's eyes, it's hard to be pessimistic. Alright, time for Yuri. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Midas. This is astonishing. How is this possible? It was but a day ago that I was trying to give you advice, and now you've already seemed to master it. Perhaps you're a good teacher. I really took your advice to heart, and tried to compose a great piece with that in mind. Yuri visibly swallows. She coils a slender lock of her hair around her finger, twiddling it nervously. You thought of me? Sorry, was that weird? No. How do I word this? It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. I'm just not used to this sort of thing. Having someone value my opinion like that. I know it might sound foolish, but the fact that I was able to inspire you is incredibly humbling. And I suppose in a way it just makes me really happy. Wait, surely you've shared your writing with others before, right? Yuri shakes her head. Seriously? You're really talented, so I would have thought you'd have shown your writing to others. I primarily write for myself, and besides, I highly doubt people would seriously enjoy my writing. You really think that? Yuri nods solemnly. I'm starting to remember Outcast. You really haven't shared it with anyone else? Not even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, could I look at your poem now? Yeah, of course. If you really want to see it. Resist. A whimsical, tiny Ceres? Karis' friend. Sleeps along my amber bookend, dreaming about a sanguine day, where misarranged? Mist? I'm not trying to pronounce that. Slender lampposts play. She beckons me, her hand extends, piercing pupils readily rend. Azure channels bend and twist, cautiously held above the wrists. However, she finds her advances shunned, always crackling, always stunned, never able to draw the lance. Across my arm she never danced. Perhaps it would be for the best if I laid her down to rest, whilst I haven't given in to the painful pleading from within. I think that it might be smart to save the song for fumbling hearts. Lest tears make me dizzily fall, and answer her violent call. How do I interpret this? This is the deepest poem I've read yet, so I don't know. I guess this is about her trying to be happy. The painful pleading from within. I guess that's my best interpretation of this poem. I'm not sure. I felt a bit guilty after yesterday's argument with Natsuki. I wanted to experiment with my style a bit more. Hopefully it's not too confusing. No, it's fine. Even if it's a bit more involved than yesterday's, I still like it. I'm noticing a lot more symbolism as well. I don't want to assume anything, but the tone of this poem is not... I'm not quite sure how to describe it. Yes, I really wanted to test my abilities of creative expression. I didn't go too far, did I? No, it's really good. I just don't know if I'm good enough at this to deduce the meaning. If I had to explain, I'd say it's about a closely guarded secret. I'm really curious what that secret is. I imagine everyone has a little something like that. Something they're forced to keep to themselves for fear of ridicule. It's nice to be able to write about that sort of thing every now and then. If this sort of thing you enjoy doing, shouldn't you write about it more? Well, it's not that simple. It's something I'm uncomfortable talking about. I'm even more curious now what that guarded secret is. I'm not sure people would understand. If anyone were to find out about it, well, I guess as long as it's not hurting anyone, people shouldn't cry. Do you think so? Sorry, I was thinking of something. It's a good point though. The best I can do is try to embrace my own weirdness, right? Being weird is never wrong. Otherwise, I think I'd hate myself. Well, being weird generally isn't wrong as long as you're not hurting anyone and you're not making anyone uncomfortable. Then I guess it's all right. Sorry to keep you so long. Thank you for allowing me to ramble, sorry. Okay everyone, we're all done reading to each other's poems, right? Actually, Natsuki and I haven't shared yet. Oh boy. Oh no. What'll happen this time? Uh-oh. I can feel a storm coming in. Yuri hesitantly approaches Natsuki, who isn't meeting her eyes. And considering Natsuki's poem for today, it's no wonder that she doesn't want to share with Yuri. Judging by Monika and Sayori's anxious expressions, they seem to be thinking along the same lines as I am. I can practically see Natsuki's sweating pinballs. Meanwhile, Yuri appears to be blissfully unaware of the situation. I'd convinced Natsuki to reconcile with Yuri, but if she sees Natsuki's poem, well, it's all over. So, Natsuki, if I may, how about we do this tomorrow instead? She's all nervous. I'm not feeling well. How is that supposed to be a passable excuse? It's my... Okay, nice one. It's my time of the month. I can practically see Monika internally face-palming. Did she saw this coming? Natsuki must have forgotten that the club isn't all girls anymore. I said so. Well, regarding that, I guess it's not that awkward. I mean, as a guy, it's all alright. I'm open to that kind of problem. I mean, a handful of my friends are girls, so I wouldn't mind buying them a napkin. I'm sorry. You must feel absolutely terrible if you can't even share your poem today. You don't have to apologize, it's not your fault. I can definitely share tomorrow. Well, even if you aren't well enough to share your own poem, would you like to see mine? I wrote it thinking of our argument the other day. Oh no, what's gonna happen? Oh no. I suppose that I wanted to show you that I'm more open-minded than I may have appeared, as a way of repenting. I know that it's not much, but hopefully this can contribute to reconciliation between us. Well, at least Yuri's trying to, build the broken bridge. That's good. Although we may have our disagreements, I would like to reconsider you as a friend. Or consider you as a friend. And friends forgive each other. I'm sorry if that's presumptuous of me to say. That's actually pretty sweet, Yuri. Don't overthink. No, it's not presumptuous of you to say that, because I'd like to consider you a friend too. So you can hand over that poem then. a shy smile, Kyoryii hands the sheet of paper in her hands over to Natsuki. As Natsuki reads the poem, her eyes widen. The bomb has been planted. You're writing using rhyme and stuff like me? You can say that you convinced me to practice adding more lyricism to my poetry. Natsuki looks like she's speechless for once. Thanks, Yuri. It's awesome. The bomb has been defused. There's really no need to thank me. Well, I'm really glad that I got to know you. And I'll definitely have something that'll knock your socks off tomorrow. Well, I kind of overthink that something will happen, but hey, the bomb has been defused and I'm happy. And I'll be looking forward to that. I do hope that you feel better tomorrow as well, so that you could share your work with me then. Huh, yeah, of course. That was a crisis and a half avoided. I'm really glad that Natsuki and Yuri worked things out, and it seems that Monika and Sayori feel the same way. It's good to see everyone getting along. Now that we are done sharing though, I have something to discuss with you all. There's a great opportunity for expanding the club that's coming up. Is this about the festival? You could say that. Do we really have to do something? It's only in a few days, so it's not like we're able to come up with anything good. Yes, that's something I'm concerned about as well. With such little time left to prepare, I doubt we'd be able to put together anything good enough to attract new members. Yeah, we'll just end up embarrassing ourselves. Oh, don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? Nothing more than a few decorations. I can design some pamphlets to hand out at the event, and Sayori made posters to put up around the school. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to put on the poetry performance. Here we go. Monika, everyone's going to choose one poem to recite loud. It doesn't have to be written by you, as long as you put your heart into the recitation. Although, of course, it'd be great if you could show off your own work. And the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite their poems too. Yeah, I put a thing on the poster that says, "Bring your own poems." It's gonna be so cool! Natsuki pulls a poster out of her bag and holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monika? Don't tell me that you started putting those posters up already. Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, you didn't even ask us before you started advertising. We never agreed to stand up in front of a bunch of random people and perform our poems. I agree with Natsuki. I could never, in my life, do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, yes, let's please calm down and take a moment to think about it. I understand that you two haven't had much experience sharing your poems out loud. In fact, we all haven't done that much. But I still think we should try our best. Look around! Monika motions to all of us. We're all here because we have a passion for literature and this club. Don't you want to share that passion with other people to inspire them to pursue their inner writer? Yeah! It's all about exploring yourself and trying new things, all while having fun. Monika and I nod our heads in agreement. Natsuki and Yuri, on the other hand, remain silent. Guess that means it's my turn to say something. I mean, I don't think it's that much to ask. As Monika said, we're all here because we care about the club, and we want to see it flourish. And if all that means is a 2-minute poetry performance, then I think we can manage. Sayori and Monika's faces light up as I finish speaking. Hey, it isn't like we don't care about the club. It's just, do we really have to perform? You know how hard it is to get new members. It's because people are just narrow-minded jerks and they don't even give literature a chance. Who would say this festival would be any different? I'm inclined to agree with Natsuki. I'm sorry, Monika. I know how much you want to do this, but I just can't imagine performing in front of a crowd of strangers. At least, Natsuki and Yuri have proven they can agree on something. Monika sighs, her eyes closed as she rubs her temples. Look guys, I know you're anxious. I understand. I really do. To be honest with you, I'm a little bit nervous myself. After all, it's my club, so people are going to judge me the most if our performance doesn't go well. Natsuki, if it makes you feel any better, a few of my friends will be coming along. They're all lovely people. They won't judge you for your tastes. I've known them for a few years. Trust me. Natsuki huffs, turning away. She doesn't look particularly convinced. And Yuri? I know it's a scary thought, but I thought of a way to ease you into it. Why don't we start by practicing our poems for each other in the club? No way! Monika! This is too sudden. Why, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how would you expect to do it in front of strangers? But, Monika, there's just gotta be something else we can do. Yuri vigorously nods and at Natsuki's words, anxiously written all over her face. Anxiety written all over her face. Sorry guys. My head's all over the place. Guys! No, Sayori. It's okay. If you guys really think that we can do better than a poetry performance, then I'll gladly go along with an alternative. So any ideas? And thus an awkward silence fills the room. We all glance at each other anxiously before Sayori finally speaks up. Ooh, we could... Sayori stops herself and thinks for a moment. Wait, no, never mind. I thought something else would be happening. That wouldn't work. Once again, the rooms were all silent. Well then, I guess we can come up with something different after all. Monika laughs, attempting to ease the tension in the room. I think that'll only piss the two of them off. I know you guys might not be the most on board with this idea, but I think it's our best option. Please, guys. Please? Can you stop pressuring us? I'm honestly surprised Natsuki is putting up such a resistance. I knew she was a little hot-headed, but even still. I'm not pressuring you, Natsuki. Oh no, it's the mad lean. It's the mad Monika's leaning pose. Both of them have a raised voice. Yuri looks a little startled and Sayori looks anxious to intervene. Oh no. Oh, please guys. There's no need to get angry. Can't we just discuss this normally? Monika reflects on Sayori's words, looking a little ashamed of her outburst. Okay, thank God. I think something was gonna happen. I thought something was gonna happen. Sorry, I didn't mean to raise my voice. It's just, this festival is important to me, that's all. Ever since I created this club, I always wanted to show other people. Natsuki, Yuri, I imagine you were both a little apprehensive when Midas joined, right? After all, he was an unfamiliar face. She smiles at me warmly. But look, he's integrating really well. She faces Natsuki. I mean, you two bonded over manga, right? He asked you for recommendations, and from what I could gather from you, both share a common interest. Hey, it's not like we bonded or anything. It was just nice to find someone else who likes manga, that's all. She shoots a look at Yuri. Of course, how silly of me to forget. Anyway, maybe some of these new members might also be manga enthusiasts. Who knows? Surely you'd like being able to share your passion with other people, right? Natsuki shrugs half-heartedly. I suppose that'd be cool. Yeah. Monika beams. See? That's exactly my mentality. Wanting to share the things you like with new people. Yeah, I know. It's just that, are there really no other ideas? Remember, poetry performances are a pretty big part of this club. We want to show people what our meetings are really like. If you really just gave out posters or showed them that our poems and writing, it wouldn't be a fair reflection. Seeing that there's no real way she's going to win this, Natsuki sits back and grumbles something under her breath. So, what do you think, guys? For me? For us? Ugh, fine. I still don't think it's a good idea though. But fine, I'll do it. Just stop guilt-tripping us. Was she really guilt-tripping? I'm not sure. Phew! Thanks, Natsuki. And you, Yuri? Yuri nervously glances at each of our expectant faces. But Monika, if you start being inconsiderate and disturb us or laugh, what if people start being inconsiderate and disturb us? I'm not surprised Yuri is worried about this. Oh, don't worry, if anyone steps out of the line, I'll put a swift stop to that. Well, I'm glad there's not gonna be a Clyde. At least. She has a stern glint in her eye, and I have to suppress a shiver. I'm glad she's with us. Strong, beautiful, and fierce. That's Monika. Yuri looks somewhat relieved, but it's clear she's still worried. She swallows and sobs. I suppose I don't really have a choice, do I? I shake my head. Okay, I'll do it. Yay! That's everyone! You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously gonna be the death of me. I know you'll do great, Yuri, just trust me. But anyway, let's move back on to the main event. When we have time, I want each of you to choose a poem of yours to practice reciting in front of each other. Yuri and Natsuki exchange uneasy glances but don't say anything. Don't worry, I'll go first so everyone feels a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Aha, of course. Now let's see. Monika flips through her notebook, searching for a specific poem. Ah, here we are. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monika begins reciting a poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. Her eyes move across the page and sync with her lips. Every word has a perfect amount of emotion put behind it, making the poem almost come to life. Her inflection is extraordinary. I'm impressed, and judging by the quick glance around me, so is everyone else. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Even Natsuki's once sour attitude is replaced by awe. Finally, Monika finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monika takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monika. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? Yep. Sayori jumps from her chair and takes Monika's place at the front of the room. This poem is called... Oh wow, how did you do it so easily, Monika? Well, try to imagine you're alone, like you're reciting it to yourself. It's your poem, so it'll come best that way. It'll come out best that way, sorry. Ooh, I think I get it. Sayori nods to herself. Anyway, this poem is called My Meadow. Sayori begins reciting her poem. It's as if her soft voice is a perfect match. As for the poem itself, it has a similar tone when compared to the other ones. It's peaceful, yet somber at the same time. Bittersweet, you could call it. Hearing the poem in Sayori's voice almost gives it an entirely new meaning. I think this is what Sayori means when she says she likes my poems. It's like seeing a new, cool side of someone you thought you knew completely. Sayori finishes and we all applaud. I did it! Yep, good job! Sayori beams as he walks back to her seat. So who'd like to go next? Sayori, Yuri, and I look at each other nervously. I open up my mouth but Yuri beats me to the punch. I'll go! Nice! Thanks for showing initiative, Yuri. Sorry. Yes. Yuri rushes over the podium, clutching a sheet of paper in her hands. This poem is called... Yuri freezes as she looks up at us. You can do it, Yuri! It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri begins to recite her poem. Her voice is shaky at first, but the more she reads, the more confident she becomes. It's similar to what happens when she gets absorbed in her books. The shy and apprehensive Yuri I'm used to is replaced by a fierce and confident woman. The poem itself is like a maze in its structure, with twists and turns in every line. But Yuri is unfazed and enunciates each word with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire that Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she bewildered even herself. Monika's the first to start applauding. Sheepishly, I follow along, and soon the whole club room is filled with the sound of applause. Yuri ducks her head in embarrassment, a shy smile creeping over her face. Aww. Yuri, that was really good. Like I said, you don't have anything to worry about. Thank you for sharing. Thanks. Guess that's Yuri done for the day. So, who'd like to go next? Natsuki? Why should I go before Midas? It's not like I can compare with you to you guys anyway. Again, with the harsh words, Natsuki. That hurts. Might as well let Midas lower expectations before I go. Natsuki! Monika hastens to chastise her, shooting me a sympathizing look. That was kind of rude, don't you think? You should apologize to Midas. Natsuki's face turns red as the girls all turn to look at her. I decide to spare Natsuki some of the embarrassment. Hey, it really is no big deal. I'll end up at some point anyway. Might as well do it now. Thing is, I don't have much of a selection to choose from. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and stand in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I take a deep breath. In my head, I repeat to myself the advice Monika gave to Sayori. Try to imagine you're alone, like you're resigning to yourself. Alone. My house is the first thing that comes into mind when I think of being alone. The scene rapidly develops in my head like I'm recalling a recent memory. I'm sitting alone at my desk. The dim light hanging from the ceiling gives me a warmth to the room. In front of me is the poem I had just finished. The ink of my pen still fresh on the page. I pick up the notebook and begin reciting it aloud. While I'm not the most confident in it, I still try to put energy into it. I can almost hear my voice echoing from the bedroom walls. As I finish, the sound of the applause puts me out of my daydream. I thought something really, really bad, or at least really surreal, will happen. I'm back at the clubroom standing at the podium while the girls politely applauded my performance. That was good, Midas. I guess. Oh, don't be so hard on yourself. I don't think it's your writing abilities, but you rather lack confidence that weighs you down. That's something that you'll improve over time though, so don't worry. Yeah, okay, thanks. Alright then, that just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. As she says this, Natsuki begrudgingly stands out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Stop looking at me! But you're presenting. You have to stare straight into my soul though. She takes a moment to compose herself. Well, I guess a tip for presenting that I can give is look into their forehead. That often relaxes me when I'm presenting in front of class. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. While her voice is unenthusiastic, the poem has a surprising amount of energy to it. The rhymes tie into each other seamlessly, creating a flow that moves the poem along at a brisk pace. The words seem to bounce up and down with the rhythm, seemingly making the poem come to life. It's Natsuki's signature style, and it works exceptionally well when read out aloud. She quickly finishes and huffs as she makes her way back to her seat while we applaud her. That wasn't so bad, was it? She stares at her poem blankly for a second before replying. Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well... That's what we're going to be doing at the festival, so... Do you at least feel confident enough that you can do it in front of a crowd? I guess. Not like there's any other choice. And I guess it'll be easier to do it in front of other people. I can just put on whatever face I want with strangers. I don't care about what they think of me. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. But I still hate the idea that we have to perform. She mutters that last sentence under her breath. The others probably didn't even hear it. I knew Natsuki was stubborn, but this is a whole nother level. However, it does look like she's going along with the idea of performing for the festival. But at least for now, since she's basically outvoted and can't come up with another idea anyway. Really? That's a surprise! For me, it's the other way around. Having all those people looking at you, judging you. Wow! I can't. I'm sorry. I don't like to think about it. I can't relate to that. Yuri murmurs quietly. The thought of so many eyes observing your every move at once. She trails off, shaking her head. Well, that's just how it is, so... Natsuki sighs in frustration. Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. Speaking of which, I want to thank you all for performing. It might be difficult, but we have a general idea of what it'll be like. We'd be able to prepare ourselves. Make sure to pick out a poem and show it to me by tomorrow, okay? I'll need to know so I can make pamphlets over the weekend. I should probably find a different poem to recite. I know you'd prefer if we'd use our own poetry, but I'm probably going to pick a poem from a poet I like or something. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, Midas. Tongue-tied. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort into the club. Low expectations, huh? More like any effort put in makes me happy in general. Monika smiles at me and turns to smile to everyone else. That goes for everyone here. Thank you for going along with these last-minute plans. Anyway, I think that about does it for today. Let's still try to write poems for tomorrow, okay? I know that the festival's coming up, but it's been working out nicely the past few days and I'd like to continue. Tomorrow we'll finalize who's doing what for the festival, and then we'd have the weekend to prepare. Remember, we have till Monday. It'll be so much fun! I can't wait! We all stand up, packing away our things. However, Monika's voice stops us. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, and guys? She pauses, twirling a strand of her hair in hand. This club truly does mean so much to me, and I really appreciate what you're willing to do for it. You guys are really the best. Aww. In typical fashion, Natsuki just rolls her eyes. Yuri smiles timidly while Sayori wears a hearty smile. Let's just get this over with. I hope we don't regret this. That's okay, Monika. Nothing to thank us for. We really appreciate what you've made for us. I can't help but catch Yuri muttering under her breath after she says this. I can do this. I can do this. Yeah, I love it here. You'll get to spread this cozy little place to other people. Yeah, it's all good, Monika. Alright. I stand up and grab my bag. While I'm certainly not as enthusiastic as Monika or Sayori about the festival, if I can pull that little daydream stunt again, I think I'll be alright. It's for the sake of the club. Not to mention impressing the girls. Haha! Poetry. A way to a dookie's heart. Once I'm fully packed up, I walk over to Sayori. Ready to go? Yep. Jeez, don't you ever get tired of always walking home with Midas, Sayori? Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Oh, don't mind her. You guys are more adorable than anything. Alright. Not to make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice though. Yeah, I guess. Ah, jeez. Let's just go already, Sayori. Okay. The two of us begin to walk home. A lot has changed in the past few days. Lost in though. I don't even notice how quiet Sayori is being until we're almost back home. Oh no. There's a lot going on in the club now, huh? I bet you're thinking about all the new vice president duties that you'll have to deal with the club grows bigger. Yeah! Oh no! The big sad is coming. Any specific on your mind? Not really. Sayori. Oh, sorry. Sorry, did you want to talk? I mean, you don't have to if you're thinking about stuff. No, it's nice talking to you. I was thinking about something from earlier. It's nice that we... Never mind, it's nothing. You're sounding a little like Yuri right now. Oh no, the big sad is coming. Well, I guess I have a question for you, Midas. Oh no, what's this question? Sayori clears her throat before speaking. So let's just say one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Okay. Oh my goodness. So, I'm kind of nervous. Wait. Save. Just in case something bonkers will happen. But I guess restarting would be an unfair choice. Like, if this happened to be a bad choice, I'd like to finish this mod with all the choices I made, so I'm gonna go with my gut. I would walk home with Yuri. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does that thought make my heart pound? Our heart goes stokey over Yuri. I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with I just said. You admitted it! Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. Don't you ever think that maybe she's more fun to hop home with? I frown. Where did this come from? Well, I mean, it could be interesting, I guess. But even if I did walk with her, it's not like she'd be replacing you or anything. Aww. That's really sweet of us. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club can be a replacement for you. If you say so, the conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me in such a weird question, sorry. I can't lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Sayori and I part ways without saying another word. I reach my house and open the door. Ooh, another new soundtrack. I'm home. No response. I'm alone as usual. I mumble that part to myself. Talking to myself as if I'm the protagonist of a manga or a game. I must be going stir crazy. Mom is still out on her business trip. She's never home anymore. I miss her. But I don't blame her for anything. It's hard enough for providing for yourself, let alone a kid. Since I'm alone, I decide to make an instant meal for dinner. Digging through my cabinets, I find some old soup cups. Miso soup sounds good. I unwrap the packaging, pour in some water, and place the meal in the microwave. While it cooks, my mind wanders back to my performance earlier. That daydream was so vivid, so realistic. Ooh, we're gonna go deep into that? That'll be interesting. Can I really pull up that performance again? But this time in front of a crowd? It wasn't even that weird in the first place. Just doing it in front of the girls was nerve-wracking. Guess I'm not really used to being around people then. Maybe that's it. Thinking about it, I guess I've been kind of subconsciously isolating myself from people ever since the divorce. Before it even, in some cases. I wonder when I started shunning myself. Maybe that's part of why Sayori and I drifted apart over the past few years. It wasn't intentional or anything. It just happened. At least, I don't think it was intentional. And I'm glad I got to reconnect with her at the club. It's given me something to do, something to look forward to that isn't anime or games. Talking with the girls has made me feel more appreciated. It's a nice feeling, something that's been missing from me ever since the divorce. Are we really going to make the divorce a big part of the story? That's gonna be so sad. Maybe that's why Sayori likes walking home with me. It makes her feel appreciated. Sayori. The more I think about it, the more concerned for her I get. She said some pretty weird stuff, but I guess people just have their off days. Maybe she just changed a little bit over the years. Pretty normal, right? I'd like to think I'd be able to tell if something was up with her, although given our recent distance, I'm not so sure. Sure, You started talking again, but there's a lot of lost time. Maybe that'll change, and we'll go back to how we used to. Beep. I hope.